Next, I saw hair. A little longer than Nanami's, but shorter than Yua's. I didn't know who it was. Is it the pink-haired girl? I don't know if anything... I can't figure out what's going on. I mean, come on! The three of us saw a movie together pretty recently. What? What? What do you mean? How's it going, everybody? HoodlaMutt here, back with some more Chaos Head Noah. And last time, we got some new developments. Nanami intercepted us as we tried to go to school, and while she was kind of berating us about, not using our phone to make sure that we're okay by calling her and the family and all that, she suddenly went into a daze and thought she heard her parents calling her from a different part of the city and started walking that way, almost walking into a car, and Takumi had to save her so she didn't get hit. So that was weird. We also found out that Fess goes to the same school as us, which is also interesting, and she told us to find our sword, which means nothing to us currently, but if my anime knowledge tells me anything, pushes up fake glasses that I don't have, then that means that we're about ready to get into some battles here. Aside from that, we got interrogated, kind of, by Ban and Suwa. They wanted to find out more about what we knew about the crucifixion murder in the new Gen murders. And Takumi, being all paranoid, told him everything, all the way down to the nitty-gritty supernatural details, and Bond seemed to be okay with that. And that led me to believe that Bond knows more than he lets on. He's been thinking about stuff that probably wouldn't fly in the police corps if he were to tell them. So that's where we're at, and now we just got back to the container after picking up a post-awakening version of Seratan as a figure, and it looks like Takumi has something to say about that. So without further ado, although I'm not excited to get to this next part here, well, let's just get into this, shall we? Holy crap! The costume on the post-awakening version is way too erotic. Her panties are completely visible. But that's what's good about it. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh my gosh. Sera. Your face is so cute, Sera. The attempt to match the anime is somewhat lacking, but her face has that distinct eroticism to it that permeates through all of Kijima Yoshio's work, which more than makes up for it. One of your best works, Kijima-san. Good job, my lord. Oh my gosh, bro. Her jacket is removable too? From this angle, it almost looks completely naked. Holy crap! Oh, bro, get over it. It's just a doll. The way her hair flows looks so freaking good. I had a theory that her hair would be what truly sells the post-awakening version, and I definitely wasn't wrong there. Alrighty then, the part we've all been waiting for. Let's take a look at the panties. Let's see. Dude, come on. Help me. Wow. They did an amazing job on her V-zone. The wrinkles look so real. Wait. No. Could it be camel toe? Holy crap! Holy crap! The sheer quality on display here is truly awesome sauce! Stop talking! Oh my gosh! This is only the 5th model, yet they've managed to put out a masterpiece this quickly? Seriously, how do they expect to top this? Kijima is an actual god. Oh, thank God. Oh, it actually changed too, what the frick? I carefully stood my new Seratan next to my monitor. Sera, you're so sexy, Sera. We gotta help this boy. I still believe, man. I still believe. Freaking 13 episodes in, I still believe. Simply looking over at her made me grin uncontrollably. Life was good. I logged on and immediately started posting my impressions on my new Seratan figure on @channel. When I finished doing that, I went to check my email, then checked to see if any of my friends on FreePara had posted any updates. Oh. Huh. I've got a friend request. Who's this? Probably someone from the Sera fandom. Sure, accept. Wait, what? You're not gonna inspect it, dude? Bro, he just accepted a friend request from someone he shouldn't have. Is it gonna be like Seno or something? It's gonna be someone that's probably, or maybe it's Fess. It could be Fess. Now then, time for ESO. But the very second I thought that, I felt chills on the nape of my neck. It was the gaze, complete with its usual intense presence. I wonder what that means. I'm gonna be excited to find out what that means, like, in the end of the game, because, like, I'm gonna try to, like piece all the things together where it's like, oh yeah, he felt the gaze there and there and there, and I'm gonna, hopefully it'll make sense, like, when he's feeling them, right? Like, what's the point of feeling the gaze right now, you know? Interesting. Whose eyes are those eyes? Oh, really? Right here? Dang it. This was not the time. When had I first started feeling the gaze? I'd long since forgotten. It slithered its way into each and every part of my life, bothering the crap out of me all the way. There were a lot of things that disturbed my peace, but the gaze was right up there with Nanami as the most irritating thing I had to deal with. Fine then. Let's do it. The "it'll take more than that to make me turn around" game. Still fixated on my monitor, I tried to think of some cool lines you'd hear in a manga. Come on out, you piece of crap! Did you think you could pull the wool over my eyes? How incredibly naive. There was no response. But why would there be? Heck, I'd be much more terrified if there had been. Oh. Huh? I didn't click anything because I just know. He if I would have clicked green, he would have been like, oh well, it doesn't matter, my Seraton figure, and he would have like freaking went insane, and I'm not doing that again. And red seemed like a bad option because then he'd get all paranoid. So I stayed neutral. I told you, the green button's just not an option anymore. I've learned my lesson, okay? I heard something. Upon hearing it, I immediately whipped around. I'd lost today's no turning around game. There was no one else in the room. Was it just a hallucination? Please be a hallucination. From the bottom of my heart, that was all I hoped for. It came again. It was the sound again. I couldn't weasel my way out of this. It was the sound of someone knocking on my door from the outside. Couldn't be Nanami, could it? In other words, I bet it's Yua, because she knows about this place. Someone was here. Practically no human beings ever came to visit me. Even newspaper salesmen wouldn't bother getting up on the roof. All I could think of was... a delivery guy? No, I wasn't supposed to be getting any packages today. Nanami? No, Nanami would be so much more obnoxious. she'd be banging on the door, screaming, "Big bro, open up," making my eardrums bleed. Yua? Chances of that were high. Okay, he's thinking that too, so that may not be who it is. She'd been to my base once before. Had the demon girl ordered her to come and kill me? But if that were true, why would she bother knocking? The knocking sound continued. I was completely frozen in place trying to figure out what to do, but I couldn't come up with a single good idea that quickly. I started freaking out more and more. Wait, I could just pretend like I wasn't home. Or was that being too cautious? No, there was no such thing right now. Shibuya had gotten incredibly dangerous recently, after all. If it was Yua, there was absolutely no way I could let her in. If I did, I'd pretty much be asking to get killed. On a related note, was my door locked? I stared in the direction of the door, but thanks to the darkness, I couldn't see very well. Uh-oh. I slowly got up and tiptoed toward the door, being careful not to make a sound. When I reached the center of the room, I finally knew for sure. The door wasn't locked. Chills assaulted my entire body. My heartbeat increased rapidly, and my anxiety shot up along with it. I'd forgotten to lock my freaking door! If someone just waltzed right on in right now and stabbed me in the back, I would have no right to complain. I had to lock it. Fast. Yeah, but then you'll give away your position, right? If I made a sound, they'd immediately find out that I was just pretending not to be home. But that was far better than letting them get inside. I was about to bolt toward the door when... Uh-oh. I accidentally stepped on an empty boxed lunch that had fallen on the floor. I slipped to an almost comical degree and landed hard on my rear. The extreme pain made me moan in silent agony. Oh no. And then, right before my eyes, the door slowly began to open. I didn't know who it was, but whoever had been knocking was now opening the door of their own accord. I tried to get up, but the pain kept my body from listening to me. All I could do was stare with teary eyes as the door opened. The first thing I saw was a hand. The sleeve on it was clearly from a Suemei Academy uniform. Next, I saw hair. A little longer than Nanami's, but shorter than Yua's. I didn't know who it was. Is it the pink-haired girl? The hair stirred, and the last thing I saw was a face suddenly peeking into the room. Oh my gosh, it is! That's the killer too! Oh my gosh! Yo! Oh no! Will he remember her face? That is absolutely Demon Girl. Whatever her name is, that's her. Oh no. Hello? That was when I finally realized who it was. Oh no, he does know! A person I never would have expected. The worst possible plot twist. Feelings of intense despair threatened to steal every bit of hope away from me. The demon girl! I thought it'd be Yua. I never would have thought the demon girl herself would come marching in. Oh, good! You're here. Our eyes met, and right as they did, the demon girl smiled with glee. Her smile sent chills down my spine. Jeez, I was out there forever. Why'd it take you so long to answer? Oh, frick! Oh, frick! Oh, frick! Her hand, hidden by the door, had to be gripping one of those cross-shaped stakes. It had to be. She'd finally come to kill me. She was gonna kill me as she laughed and laughed in pure ecstasy. It had to be because of the detectives I'd talked to. She'd seen me do it with her clairvoyance. Don't kill me! I tried to scream, but I was too terrified to make a sound. You had a really doughy donut? Tilting her neck to the side, the demon girl unleashed a strange incantation. It had to be some demonic tongue. She was cursing me! In hopes of gaining as much distance as possible from her, I frantically started crawling backward on my rear. My hands slipped countless times on random garbage scattered across the floor as I scrambled for the furthest thing away from her, my computer desk. Hey, can I come in? Well, I guess I already kinda did, huh? The demon girl began encroaching further upon my territory. She even politely took off her shoes. Hope I'm not bugging you. Oh, and I don't mind it being a little messy, so don't worry about it. The door closed. My escape route had been cut off. However, despite what I'd thought earlier, the demon girl was only carrying a bag. I didn't see anything resembling a deadly weapon. Wait. That just meant it was inside her bag. It had to be. I had to be extremely careful. The second I let my guard down, she'd swoop in and end me. Or maybe she already had with that curse she'd placed on me a minute ago. In a few days, my entire body would suddenly start spewing blood everywhere, and I'd die right then and there. I beg you. Don't kill me. I got down on my hands and knees, cradling my head between my arms. Those freaking detectives had completely screwed me over. I'm sorry. I talked to the police. So please. Huh? And even when I told them everything, they didn't believe a word I said. It was a lie meant to buy me some time. The older detective had said he'd guarantee my safety. If he was doing his job properly, he had to have sent at least one officer over to my place. Upon thinking that, I suddenly realized I'd given the old man my phone number, but I hadn't given him my address. Bishi! Suddenly, the demon girl assumed a pose resembling a salute. What the frick? And what was just as, if not more strange, was what she'd said. It was almost like a sound effect. Was it another demonic curse? You're gonna stop talking like that right now. Stuff like, don't kill me, the police, or any other weird stuff like that. I've got no clue what any of it means. Is she a Chinibyo? She's probably not, right? She's probably part of the other two girls, right? This is a little bit more intense than like what Okabe was going through. So, like in terms of, like, this is all like tons of supernatural stuff, you know? So I doubt she's actually Chinibyo. I bet this is actually something, and she's like, you know, don't you remember? You're like the commander of our team or whatever, right? It's gonna be like one of those types of deals. If that's the case, it's so anime, what the frick? What? Was she trying to play dumb? Or was this her roundabout way of threatening me? And in actuality, she was saying, forget the truth. Act as if nothing ever happened? What the heck was she thinking? Hadn't she come here to kill me?
Come on, can you stand? Here, let me help you up.
The demon girl walked toward me, then slowly reached out her hand. Her expression was so gentle. And now that I was seeing her up close, she was actually pretty cute. Darn it! I was letting her get to me. Stop acting like a freaking idiot! Was I seriously calling a demon pretty cute? She was a murderer. She'd used Yua and Shogun to trap me, and now she'd come to finish me off herself. Don't trust her. I'd already learned my lesson back with Yua. I'd never make the same mistake again. I refused to take her hand. Don't be deceived by this demon girl's smile. She was a demon trying to tempt me. If I gave in to that temptation, I'd die. Trust no one. Don't believe anything. Don't believe anything anyone says. But I saw you kill someone.
Taku? Don't you realize that's a pretty mean thing to say? Can't say I ever thought I'd get called a murderer.
What was she gonna do with me? Aren't you gonna kill me? Just like with the guy in the 4th case. Was she gonna... For new gen? Or are you gonna take me to where Yua and Shogun...
Yua? Shogun? Who were those guys?
Maybe the 3 of them had decided to work together. That way, I wouldn't be able to fight back when they beat me to death. No, please. Anything but that. Help me.
Okay. I promise I'll help you. As long as you stop treating me like a murderer.
He's so pathetic, dude. He can't even try and fight back, bro. So that was her true goal.
Oh, come on. Don't freak out like that. You react like this to every other thing I say, and it always bums me out.
Please. I won't tell a single soul about you again. So please, let me go.
Hello? Taku? Could you calm down a little?
This witch, acting like we were close or something. Calling me Taku and crap. Wait, actually, how did she know my name? She'd already known it back when we'd first met at the crucifixion crime scene. How? How did she know it? And also, how had she known where my base was?
I mean, why wouldn't I? It only makes sense.
Oh, did she just read his mind? Yo, she does have some form of clairvoyance, or at least like telepathy. What the frick?
Why I know your name, I mean.
Had she just read my mind? I knew she was clairvoyant. She knew my name, my address, all because she'd used her powers on me.
You sure do talk to yourself a whole lot, Taku. Then again, you've pretty much always done that.
Always? How long was she talking? Wait, had I been talking to myself out loud just now? I hadn't been aware of it at all. Was that really true? Had I really been talking to myself out loud? Or was it possible that she was just lying to me, and in actuality, she'd read my mind?
Why wouldn't I know your name, Taku? I mean, I know I'm not great at remembering stuff, but... At the very least, I'll always remember the names of my friends.
Dude, is he like part of some like intergalactic super like anime thing? Is he part of Sailor Moon's crew? He's freaking Tuxedo Man or whatever, right? Is that what the guy's name is? Oh no, Tuxedo Man was the bad guy, wasn't he? So I don't know what this is, bro. Dude, he was part of something. Friends?
Also, Taku, are you making fun of me? Sure, my test scores aren't that high, but it kinda hurts when you say that sort of thing to my face, you know?
Was someone here crazy? But who was it? Me? Her? Could you be a transfer student?
Oh yeah, now that you mention it, there's apparently a transfer student moving into our class soon. Mr. Sukachin said something like that.
There were two different conversations going on here. My terror from earlier, together with the anxiety of having no idea when I'd get killed, was starting to fade. But rushing in to replace it was a completely new kind of dread, slithering in to slowly erode my mind.
Hello? Judging by your face, I'm guessing you still don't believe me?
Who are you? Who are they? A murderer. A demon girl. That was who.
Wow, you can't even remember what your own classmate looks like? I can't believe you.
Did she say classmate? So we weren't just friends, but classmates too? Yo, I'm just letting this ride out right now, honestly. I'm just letting this, like, I have nothing to say. I'm just, like, trying to take all this in. She's been, like, under our radar or something in, like, another dimension. My dimension theory is coming back again. What is going on? No way she's Seratan. No way, right? There's no way? She's not actually Seratan. And we've been talking. No, there's no way. No. Like, I was thinking maybe when we were talking to Seratan, she was, like, thinking we were talking to her. No, that couldn't be it. No, that's stupid. What else could it be? The gaze, maybe? That we feel like is watching us? No. I was trying to think if he was ever talking to himself as though he was talking to another person. And then she would have been like, yeah, you've been talking to me this whole time like we're friends. But I don't know, man. I think he was part of like something else that he's just not remembering.
Well, I guess I can't bug you too much about it. You don't come to school very often, after all. However, that doesn't mean you can just totally forget I exist. Come on, don't tell me you forgot my name, too. And there's my answer. Ouch. Fine. Then I'll make you remember. My name is Sakihara Dimi.
Okay, yeah, that's not a name we've heard before.
What? Still nothing? Sakihara Dimi. Don't you remember?
I hadn't even heard that name before. Besides, other than Yua, I'd never met a 3D girl who'd talk to me like we were this close in my life. And Yua was the demon girl's underling. Well, that's your delusion, my guy, but you know. Wait! That was it? What the demon girl herself, Sakihara, was doing right now was exactly the same as what Yua'd done. This temptress knew I wasn't used to interacting with 3D girls, so she was attempting to lead me into a trap by behaving all friendly and trying to seduce me. It was the same exact strategy. And the thing is, while I barely remembered my classmates' faces at all, and I didn't plan to either, I could say with absolute certainty that I'd never seen this girl's face in the same classroom as me before. Probably. Darn it. I couldn't completely rule it out. After all, whenever I was at school, I was usually glued to my desk until the final bell, pretending to sleep, having delusions, staring at my desk, or feigning reading my textbooks. I didn't do anything else. I had next to no memory of my classmates' names and faces, so I didn't even try to remember any. Which was it? Was she telling the truth? Or was it all a lie? No. It doesn't matter whether or not we were classmates, because the one thing I knew for sure, the one hard, indisputable fact, was that she had committed murder. Dude, what if? New conspiracy theory. What if the life he's been leading has all been an actual delusion? Yo, what if he actually has just been daydreaming? He completely disassociates from the actual world or something. Bro, wait. What if everything we've been living right now has been a lie? Dude, what the frick? There's no way, right? That'd be freaking weird. Oh my gosh, dude. Okay.
Taku, is your memory really that bad? Well, whatever. I know. How about you ask Daichin?
Daichin? What the heck was that? Was that a person? Or some sort of secret code? Another demonic incantation?
Come on, Daichin! Daichin! Miss me Daisuke!
Wait, what? Has he been in on this whole time? Wait! Yo, wait! Huh? She knew Miss Mikun's name? And not only that, but she was calling him Daichin? She wouldn't call him that unless they were really close.
Okay, here. Take a look.
The demon girl quickly zeroed in on my cell phone that I had left lying on the sofa, picked it up, and held it out to me. It seemed like she wanted me to try calling Miss Mikun. I didn't like using phones, but she might kill me if I went against her orders. Driven by fear, and with no other choice, I went to call him. Only to realize I didn't know his phone number. Upon seeing me freeze up in confusion, the demon girl tilted her head in confusion once again. Then, after a moment, she came up beside me and peered over my shoulder at the screen. Her hair swayed as she moved, sending the pleasant fragrance of shampoo drifting down to the tip of my nose. No! She's a demon! I'll never let her seduce me. I'm not into 3D! Lend me your power, Sadatan! Oh my gosh.
Do you not know his phone number? You could have just told me that. Sorry, let me punch it in for you.
With a light apology, the demon girl snatched the phone from my hand. Her fingers grazed mine for a fleeting moment. They were warm. I guess both demons and humans had the same blood running through their veins.
Let's see. Daichin's number should be this, then that, then that.
The demon girl entered his number without a hitch. It was clear she'd dialed it many times before.
Alrighty, it's ringing.
She held the cell phone out to me with a smile. Not knowing what else to do, I ended up taking it for no real reason and putting it up to my ear. I heard the sound of the phone ringing. Eventually, that sound stopped and was replaced by the voice of Miss Mikun. Yellow? They didn't give their name. It sounded like they were downtown or something, as I could hear a bunch of noise coming through the receiver. Who's this? I really hated phones. I had no idea whether or not it was Miss Mikun on the other end. The voice sounded like his, but I also had the strange feeling that something was slightly different about it.
Taku, did Daichin pick up?
This time, the demon girl peered at me from right in front of me. Crap! She was way too close. I turned my back to her and steeled myself. Nishi... Oh, it's Taku! Wait, wasn't that a bit strange? How had he figured out it was me that quickly? I hadn't even gotten halfway through my name yet. I didn't recognize the number, so I was wondering who it was. Does this mean you finally went and got yourself a phone? For example, there was the possibility that the demon girl had made a phone call to someone who only sounded like Miss Mikun. Maybe this person who sounded like Miss Mikun was just another underling of hers. And he was only pretending to be Miss Mikun in order to trick me. Maybe the demon girl already knew that I didn't know Miss Mikun's phone number. And so, she'd been leading up to this all this time. I was starting to doubt anything and everything. I didn't know what was true and what was a lie. Hold on. What the heck kind of trap was the demon girl trying to make me fall into anyway? Why bother with a trap this elaborate? In a situation like this, wouldn't it be easier and quicker for her to just go ahead and kill me already? Or was there some reason behind it? Some kind of prerequisite saying she had to trick me, even if it meant taking it this slow? No, maybe it was some hidden camera type thing spearheaded by Miss Mikun. The girl wasn't actually my classmate, but Miss Mikun's girlfriend, and he'd sent her here in order to screw with me. As freaking if! If that were the case, how the heck would I explain everything that happened at the crucifixion crime scene? So what's up, Taku? It's not every day I get run up by you. I'm stoked. Though, to be honest, I can't say I'm all that happy about getting a call from a dude. His tone of voice sounded exactly like Miss Mikun's. The more I heard it, the more convinced I was that the person on the other end had to be him. You looking for advice on how to seduce chicks or something? This is really weird, right? Okay, I'm trying to figure out times to take breaks, but I'm just taking all this in. I'm like, he's so paranoid, right? Like, he is absolutely over the top, over the wall paranoid, right? Like, I don't know if anything, I can't figure out what's going on. Wouldn't he have talked about her? Or maybe he did. Maybe she was the girl he was talking about. Maybe it wasn't Fess all this time, but Dimi? I don't know. Bro. She's obviously gonna be our friend, right? I feel like everything's making us, like, want to believe she's bad. It's trying to, like, make us believe that, but she's obviously good. At least, right now. But, like, I don't know. Nothing makes sense. As if you'd ever call me up about that. Should I start talking? I sensed a gaze on my back. The girl was staring at me. The chills on the back of my neck still hadn't gone away. What kind of expression was the demon girl making? I wanted to turn around and see for myself, but I was too scared. Is he gonna turn around and she's not gonna be there? No way. If you don't need anything, then I'm hanging up. I don't have time to screw around waiting for you to say something. I'm with a girl right now. Wait! Seriously, what is it? If you've got something to say, hurry up and spit it out. You what? Hurry up and spit it out! Hour?
class.
Yeah? What about our class?
In it. What's in it? A girl.
Who?
Sakihara is her name.
Despite steadily becoming more and more incoherent, I somehow managed to explain myself. Suddenly, Miss Mikun stopped responding. Silence. However, I could still hear the noise of the city around him, so the call hadn't disconnected or anything. Why wasn't he talking? The next thing I heard was an extremely exaggerated sigh. Look, you sure you haven't got gamer brain or whatever?
What? Where'd that come from?
And not only was it completely out of left field, but he'd brought up that bullcrap condition that'd been coined despite having no scientific backing whatsoever. Oh, it took me a sec, since you used her last name and all. You're talking about Demi, yeah?
How?
I know you say you're not into 3D girls all the time, but have you really forgotten about her?
Dude, what?
Forget me. You've been in the same class with her since the first year of high school, if I remember right. I mean, come on! The three of us saw a movie together pretty recently.
What? What? What do you mean?
What do you mean? I couldn't comprehend what the person that sounded like Miss Mikun was saying. He'd said that the demon girl and I had been in the same class since first year, and that the three of us had seen a movie together pretty recently. Pretty recently? But when exactly? We wouldn't have become pals if it weren't for Demi. I was hanging out with her when we met. After all, she and I mesh really well together. You know, with how whimsical we both are. This world's pretty huge, but even then, Demi and I are just about the only ones who'd bother talking to a neat like you.
What are you talking about, bro? What do you mean? Okay.
Whoops. That might have been a bit harsh. The words I heard on the other end of the call, not a single one of them felt real to me. I had absolutely no memory of any of it. I couldn't acknowledge that any of it had happened in the past. I just couldn't. It was all some story that the person who sounded like Miss Mikun had made up. It couldn't be my past. The past could only be established as truth if a person remembered it. So if I didn't remember it, it wasn't true. That's kind of a interesting existential idea to throw out there. I mean, it's not correct, but okay. Well, while we're at it, I've been meaning to say that Demi doesn't really act like much of a girl at all, does she? Kinda throws me off. But, don't tell her I said that.
Who are you?
Whoa! Have you seriously lost it? If you've forgotten even me too, then you really have been playing too many games. Unable to take it anymore, I hung up the phone. Holy crap, is he gonna turn around and she's not gonna be there? Oh no. My breathing had grown extremely heavy without me noticing. The sweat that had been beading on my forehead showed no signs of stopping. In fact, it was increasing. Long trails of sweat trickled down my entire body, starting from my face and ending at my feet. Oh, she is still there.
Taku, you're covered in sweat.
The demon girl, looking worried about me, calmly offered me a handkerchief. A cute, patternless, vermilion handkerchief. There was a faint floral scent to it. Instead of taking it, I attempted to somehow maintain my composure and organize my thoughts about everything that was happening. But in the end, it didn't go too well. I was doubting anything and everything, causing all of my thoughts to rapidly churn together into a chaotic whirlpool. Sighing in minor disappointment, the demon girl put away her handkerchief, and then, with a triumphant look on her face, she asked me a question.
So, what'd Daichin say?
She was acting like she already knew the answer. I couldn't afford to answer her. What was she? An ordinary classmate of mine? Or a monster? I had no idea. Maybe I was the crazy one. Taking the chat with Shogun into consideration, I couldn't rule out the possibility that someone other than myself was controlling my body. Or maybe all my memories of the demon girl, of the girl named Sakihara Dimi, had somehow gotten knocked right out of me due to some freak accident or something. At this point, I didn't know anything about myself for sure. Did I have amnesia? Did I sleepwalk? Or could it be something else entirely?
Are you okay? If you're not feeling good, you could try lying down on the sofa.
The demon girl spoke to me kindly. Don't let your guard down. Anyone who acts nice to an otaku freak like me must have some kind of ulterior motive. I shook my head, putting my strong will to resist against the demon girl on full display. Then, using that same strength, I raised my head. Sweat got in my eyes, blurring my vision. The demon girl's face was a lot closer than I'd expected it to be. What color eyes were those? Interesting. Why?
Why what?
Are you here?
Oh, sorry about that. I kinda did just come barging in without asking, didn't I? Well, I did knock, you know. But no matter how much I knocked, you didn't answer. And then I heard a big noise come from inside. And I got really worried.
Why?
What is it this time?
Are you here? No one asked what caused her to trespass. No. My question was, what was her reason for coming here? If she'd come to kill me, she would have done it a long time ago. So why wasn't she doing anything?
Oh, you want to know why I'm here? Just a sec.
The demon girl reached into her bag and pulled out a single sheet of paper.
This is why. I brought you the worksheet asking about what you want to be when you graduate and stuff. So here, post-graduation aspirations.
I found myself taking it from her without really thinking. She wasn't lying. The piece of paper did have post-graduation's aspirations written on it, along with 3 blank spaces to write your answers in. Was that it? Was that really all she'd come for? Go home. I don't want anything to do with her. I don't want anything to do with any 3D girls. This is a trap. Don't listen to her. This isn't reality. This is a game. One filled with bugs. There are way too many contradictions. It doesn't hold together as a proper story. He's going insane. Stay away from me. If you don't intend to kill me, then just leave me alone. I am me. Some me that isn't me may be friends with Sakihara Dimi, but that me has nothing to do with the current me. Cradling my head, I closed myself off completely. I kept trembling, envisioning that the girl known as Sakihara Dimi wasn't there anymore. Not long after, I heard the sound of the door opening, telling me that the demon girl had left. Bro,